There's currently a Disney Star Wars show airing right now every week that's coming out on Disney Plus, but literally no one is watching that in Skeleton Crew. But apparently, according to some new reports and rumors, whether you believe them or not, they haven't given up on their Knights of the Old Republic centric show. Star Wars show set in the Old Republic era is reportedly in development. And this came out once again a couple days ago. This is Daniel Rickman, so you got to really take it with a fucking massive grain of salt. Anything coming from that guy. We heard 5 years ago that they wanted to do something Knights of the Old Republic centered. Now we know that that game remake is still apparently happening, even though that's been a disaster as well. But once again, we're still hearing things that they have plans for this. And obviously, a lot of people are going to talk about that now. Some people are speculating maybe it will just be set in the era of Knights of the Old Republic, but it'll be kind of adjacent. It's not going to be actually adapting that. Jeremy, I said a long time ago that these motherfuckers were running out of things to bastardize, so it was only a matter of time till they went back to other stories that people love because they can't create any of their own and bastardize those. That's basically what all of Disney Star Wars has been. And I speculated, I thought that this would happen at some point. Listen, I don't know if this is legit or not. I don't know if this report is legit or not with all the chaos going on at Lucasfilm. But I know one thing, if they did it, it would be an absolute fucking disaster, and they should stay the fuck away.
I guess the only good news from this, if it turns out to be true, the only good news is that they have kind of they've ruined so much goodwill that not as many people would watch this at this point in time versus how many would have watched it maybe 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Now, do you still think that there's enough goodwill with the name KOTOR to where they will get a bump of viewership if they actually were to, do something with this name in that direction?
1,000%. Yeah.
It would, obviously generate some level, but like from the normie audience, I feel like they've lost so much. And I don't know if they can ever get it back under the current leadership or anything like that. So, like, yeah, if they would have done this 5 years ago, I think that this would have been absolutely huge. I'm not sure how big this is going to be now because of how much damage they've done to the brand of Star Wars. Star Wars is in serious trouble. There's a reason they haven't had a movie since 2019, right?
Yep.
29. There's a reason. If Disney thought that they could bring a Star Wars movie out right now and make $1 billion, do you think they wouldn't do it? Of course they would. They literally just put Moana out. That's going to hit $1 billion. Disney would have Star Wars movies out right now if they felt that there was an actual demand for it and that they could make money at it. The fact is they've hurt the brand so much that there's just not as much interest. I'm not saying there's not interest at all in Star Wars. There's always going to be a level of interest. But the damage they've done has hurt them so much. So I don't think that there's as much meat on this bone as there could have been 5 years ago. So that's the only positive spin that I can put on this.
Yeah. Listen, maybe they'll pull exactly what, Filoni did with Tales of the Jedi, which is use a title that people know and are aware of, but don't make it about that at all, right? Because Tales of the Jedi was a comic book run in the 90s. It had nothing to do with this Tales of the Jedi that got made. Same fucking logo and everything that just got stolen from it. Maybe they do Knights of the Old Republic, but don't actually do these characters and just set it during that time frame following other Jedi. I don't fucking know. Anything's possible, but holy fuck. They just need to set it down. Put down the toys. Go to fucking timeout. Sell the thing. Just get a pause on Star Wars shit for like a decade. Please, God. Don't do this retarded shit.
I think that's not going to happen. They're not going to take a pause.
Happen.
They're not going to take a pause. But I mean,
they already kind of have movie wise, so
they have, and I guess so we have nothing right now. We have nothing in development from a movie standpoint, correct? That we know of.
Grogu is obviously coming out next year.
Those are actively being filmed right now. We know for a fact.
Mandalorian and Grogu is already wrapped filming.
Okay. See, we didn't see any like set shots or anything of that. That's no one's talking about this shit. Nobody.
Well, I assume One of the reasons for that is because just like fucking Mandalorian and everything, I think they fucking all filmed it in the volume
Nobody's
predominantly.
talking
You
about
know,
that.
so like
Yeah.
in the same way we didn't see too many leaked set shots from like Mandalorian and stuff like that. Other than that one time they went out in the fucking for Mando season 2, the episode where Boba Fett comes in and fucking Grogu on the thing where they're supposed to be on Typhon or whatever. That's like the only thing from Mando that's ever really come out because they don't have open sets. They're just in a big fucking building the entire time. You know?
Yeah. It's true, and that takes away from a lot of the enjoyment of those films too, as they just all feel so fake and like all the CG that they put into it and things like that. Well, Knights of the Old Republic, if it happens, it's not going to be good, obviously, but I think that the amount of interest they just don't have as much meat on the bone as they used to, and that's because of their own decisions.